Boxing, football, and improving your physique is not going to shift your social situation. This will. I remember the time it was like I took a shirtless picture and I sent it to this friend. It's like a physique picture, right? Where after a workout, I'm flexing my muscles, and I sent it to a friend, and he sent it to his entire like friend group. I sent it as a one-time picture, but he took a photo of it on another phone and he sent it to the group. And now I'm getting a bit of like a bit more respect and validation from a few guys, right? And they're telling me that, oh, your physique, oh, that's like nice that you got a six pack, and oh, did you know this guy has a six pack? And even to the guys that were kind of like jerks to me, even like one of them, okay, slightly more respect, like, okay, this guy's working out and doing this shit, okay. But do you know what that didn't change? How I felt with myself. That was just one momentary spike. The entire ocean stayed the same. It's just one spike of the ship. And I was chasing those spikes for so long. I was chasing to become more competent, to become like. That's the reason we get into self improvement in the first place, doesn't it? I worked out. I went for boxing and football coaching because I wanted to be an alpha person that's competent, that's respected, that's well liked, and none of that helped. This is what actually made me feel high value. Now, this is what we're going to cover. We're going to cover the best tactics that didn't work for you, the best tactics that's like so quote unquote best tactics that doesn't actually work, what actually works and why, and how we are going to implement this as you, a follower of this movement, as this channel over the next few days. I'm going to shift your perspectives and I'm going to tell you my upcoming plan to help you implement this. Okay? Let's go. Number one, the best tactics that did not actually work. Where should I put myself? Yeah. Have you noticed? Like, imagine there's right now. I'm going to be silent for a second. I want you to observe the sound, okay? What did you hear? Maybe the hum of the AC, the hum of the air conditioner, the hum of the fan, the hum of something. There's always that hum in the background, but you don't notice it. In your everyday life, that hum disappears. I'm going to start from a completely unrelated and link it back to the topic. What is that hum saying? That's on the external, right? But internally also, there's always that hum. Bad drawing skills. There's always that hum within you. If you take a moment to be silent and be with yourself, what is that hum saying? Like literally close your eyes and tune into like the sensations in your chest and your body. And I want you to ask you the question, how do you really feel with yourself? How do you really how are you really doing? How do you feel? You just tune into it, take a breath. You can open your eyes now. And how you felt, you can give this a rating, right? Like out of 10, whether 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. That would be my ratings when I was in your position. And even now, I wouldn't say I'm at 10 out of 10. Give it a rating out of 10. And this is your default. This is your baseline. This is your dictation of your experience of life. And this shit, you try to change it through so many ways. Imagine you're at a 4 out of 10. Imagine, like, put whatever's your score here. You try to change it, you try to increase it, you try to increase it, you try to get the spikes. And the way that we try to do this is through three things. The first one is by having the validation. If I have the validation, if I have the physique, if my friendships are good, if I have the girls, if I have the brotherhood, if I am in a position where I'm talking to my heroes, where I'm making podcasts with them, if I have the cars, the Rolex, the Lamborghini, nothing wrong with them inherently. But if you are using that as a way to spike your baseline, as a way to do this, as the way to change your experience of life, it doesn't work. And this is why people who have, like, you see constantly people on self improvement who has achieved a lot of success, who has taken a lot of action, they're being honest with themselves. They're better than most of the people, but if they're being honest with themselves inside, they still feel kind of empty. Have you? That's like a common like story, right? It's the news is the same. It's just that the characters get repeated. That's the first way. The second way, the slightly higher level, is you realize this stuff doesn't get it, and you do things like gratitude, meditation, your you try to work on your states, your character, your kindness, your leadership. You both know, we both know, you come to the point. I hope you've come to the point where you've actually made some progress in your life, where you've actually improved some things, but you realize that internal experience didn't really change much. I hope you come to that point. If not, then go through the self improvement arc. Sure, for sure. If you not, go through the self improvement arc. And the third paradigm is just to be. That 10 out of 10, the real, like here you from scarcity, and 10 out of 10 is like inner abundance. Real inner abundance, it's you don't have any conditions to satisfy it. In the having and doing paradigm, you need these things for you to for you to spike to the 10 out of 10, but not for the being paradigm. You just are. And that's why optimization and this work that you do is not going to get you anywhere, because the answer isn't out there. That's the story of this lady. She's like, I don't know her name, but then this lady, she's she's like a very like philosophical person. And when she came out of her house and she was like searching for a key, and this woman came here and like that's this lady. But I'll get you a new thing. The lady is out on the street. Her house is like somewhere here, and she's out on the street and she's looking for her key. And seeing this lady, a man and a like a kind of crowd started gathering on because she's looking for her key, right? And she's like a no kind of known person there. And they ask her like, okay, what are you searching for? Okay, can you she asks, can you help me search for something? What are you searching for? It doesn't matter, but can you help me search for it? I need to know what you want to search for me to find it. Okay, fine. I need the key. I lost my key. Okay. Where are you looking for it? I don't know. Can you search? Help me search for it. I need to know where you're looking for it. Okay, I'm looking for this out on the road. Okay. Where did you leave the key? Where did you last see the key? Ah, I left it inside my house. Then why are you searching here? Oh, because it's like it's kind of dark. It's very dark in my house. The lights doesn't work here. It's very well lit, right? Can you see? Can you see how the logic works? Can you see how the mind tricks you to believing the answer isn't out there? And you're like, just one more thing. I've gotten this, but this doesn't help me. It's because I don't have enough. I need to get more. I need to get more. That won't change your internal experience. And one thing you need to realize here is one thing you need to realize here is that this paradigm of scarcity and abundance, no matter how much you have or you do, that's just going to reinforce that you are shit in the first place. The journey isn't about addition. The journey is about working on these things that's convincing you you're here in the first place. That's making you believe this lie that you're here in the first place. Because if you believe you're down here and you try to improve it, you're just reinforcing you're down here in the first place. Second thing you need to understand is when you're in this state of abundance, you're not going to give up on life. Just listen. Why do you think if you don't have that desperate need and that like shit feeling inside, you're going to give up on life? You're not. It's like imagine this guy. Imagine if you're this guy going to like 9 to 5, work every day, and suddenly he has all the money, the wealth, the riches in the world. And suddenly this guy has all the validation he can look for, he can get on. He has all the validation that he has. Just look at this way. He has a 9 to 5 job, and suddenly he has all the like. He doesn't have to work anymore. He has all the money. Is he going to stop working? Yes or no? Yes, temporarily, yes. But if that guy was like not gonna get addicted to all of these things would get addicted to, he'll actually want to work again. If you were in a 9 to 5 job, you got the money, you don't need to work anymore. After some time, you will want to start working, just out of boredom, just out of inspiration. You're like, that seems really cool. I want to work on that, and you'll go for it. Considering you're going to get addicted to like the instant pleasures, the addictions, the alcohol, the drugs, the substances, the television, those things. If those don't take you over, you leave the work, you're naturally going to be inspired to work on things which are authentic to you. That's why this shit matters. Okay? And just wait a minute. How do I adjust this? Yeah. So we understood what doesn't work. So what actually works and why? This is the journey that we try to undertake. Here's the journey that we try to undertake. Here's you, who you are as a person. Here's your experience of life, and this is your environment. And the way we try to transform this is we try to make changes in the environment. We try to make changes in our personality, who we are, like as a we try to make changes in the things that we do, in the character traits, everything, hoping to make a change here. But that's not how it works. You need to focus on this shit, on who you are as a person, and these things will automatically get changed. And the reason we do this, it's because this is a lot easier. It's a lot more concrete. But this, it's kind of shit scary to face this, isn't it? There's a lot of light outside, not much light inside. But the things are inside. The thing that you want is inside. And this is very hard to accept, because you coming on to self-improvement, you taking the step like, okay, my life is not where I need to be. I need to step up. I need to take action. I need to do something about it. That's one of the biggest, like top 1% shifts. That's one of the top 1% shifts. And I'm coming here telling that's not good enough. You are better than most people, and I'm telling that's not good enough, because imagine you've been handed a map of scarcity and you're trying, and you're very invested into this because you're working on it, you're trying to acquire these things, you're trying to do these things, you come a lot of progress on self-improvement. It's very hard. And if someone comes and tells you, no matter if you're in Las Vegas and you have the map of LA, it doesn't matter how much you invest, it's not going to work out. It doesn't matter how much force and effort and learning you go through, it doesn't work out. And you've been going through this investment for a long time. And suddenly, if I come here and tell you the map is wrong, it's not going to be easy. You're going to feel a lot of resistance to changing it. You are very invested into the wrong map. You have been bought into a lie. And just remember, scarcity is not your nature. Abundance is. And this shit, it is a lie. It's very hard to believe, because even right now, it's not like I'm enlightened or anything. No, even I'm working on these things. And this is the things that you need to address. This takes time, and this takes repetition. It doesn't come easily. But why do you believe in your map so much? And you need to address that. This takes time and repetition, but slowly you start making chinks, you start chipping at it. And as I told you, the journey isn't addition. It's like, why do you believe you're here in the first place? That's like abundance is your nature, and there's all the shit that's convincing you you're in the state of scarcity. And this, you slowly start letting go of this until you realize that 10 out of 10 state, and you're genuinely inspired to do things. Because it's very hard to believe this. Whatever I'm saying, it's very hard to believe, because the hum in the background, that's you. You don't think that can be changed, because that has been your experience of you for as long as you can remember. Let's say I already gave you this analogy. Now, how do you implement this? The biggest question. Instead of with our meditation, this is going to be done in a meditative process. Instead of focusing outside, instead of focusing on a breath, which is a mindfulness meditation, instead of focusing on the mantras, instead of training our awareness, all of this is just good for focus. Why don't we focus why don't we dive into that hum in the background itself? Because the hum in the background is just us resisting certain parts of ourselves. And why and that's how you let go of it. Let go means just to embrace, experience, and know and let go, and then you're no longer run by it. That thing no longer controls you. It doesn't mean that like you push that thing away. No. You embrace it and you free yourself from it by embracing it, because whatever you resist persists. And this is where we're starting to dive into our subconscious, like that. If you don't like these terms, just be like what's in your awareness and what's out of your awareness. You know most of who you are, your experience is out of your awareness. You don't know what's causing it, but you know that like there's some shit that, because most of these things have been pushed away out of, you're pushing it away out of your subconscious and you're using every last bit of effort to do so. It's gonna take time to let go and experience that. Does that make sense? Now, the way we're going to do it, you know what we've covered so far? Covered. What we have covered so far. Wait a minute, because this thing is very glitching out. Okay, we've covered this and we've covered what actually works. How do we implement this? We implement this through these guided releases. And first, I'll teach you in the upcoming videos. I'll make a playlist on this. Comment down below, and you'll get like, I'll try to help you, dude. I'll try to help you. I'm doing all of this to help you. In this video, you got the perspective shifts. I'm trying to like do more and more and like give it to you step by step in a process. And the other videos, a lot, some of them even contain like actionable steps that you can go out and do to do the release meditations. Just like when these videos get some activity and you're like commenting, like being like, Yuka, post the damn release meditations. I'll post the release meditations. So first we're going to learn how to like let go of what we are experiencing right now, and then we will start letting go of things which are out of the awareness, and we'll start experiencing them, and we'll start becoming free. That's like you're working on that inner resistance, that inner fears, your core fears, your inner self-sabotage, these things which you've always felt, which is like controlling you, but it's out of your control. It's in your control. And as the code goes, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will continue to run you, and you will call it fate. And this is the stuff. I hope I'm delivering on the promise. This is the secret to transformation. This is what actually helped me feel that abundance. A bit more of it. A bit, and as like the scarcity is decreasing, I'm making progress, okay? How do you feel? Don't forget, I'm Yukash Raval, I'm watching you from afar, and I'm rooting for you. Keep taking action.